Powerful earthquake strikes Russia with tsunami warning, a looming threat for the Far East. 1. Sudden tremor hits Russia's Far East. At 5:32 a.m. local time, a powerful earthquake struck off the coast of Russia's Kamchatka Peninsula, a remote yet strategically important region in the Russian Far East. According to the United States Geological Survey, USGS, the earthquake registered a magnitude of 7.8 on the Richter scale. The epicenter was located beneath the ocean floor, about 35 kilometers deep and approximately 220 kilometers from the coastal city of Petropavlovsk-Kamchatsky. This seismic event is classified as very strong, with the potential to cause serious damage if it had struck closer to populated areas. Although the epicenter was offshore, tremors were felt across a wide region including Chukotka, Magadan, and parts of Sakhalin. Residents in Petropavlovsk-Kamchatsky reported intense shaking that lasted nearly a minute. Furniture toppled over, windows rattled, and the ground trembled as if it were rolling like waves. Many fled their homes in freezing weather, waiting outside in fear of aftershocks or an incoming tsunami. 2. Tsunami warnings issued. Shortly after the quake, Russia's Meteorological and Geophysical Service, Roshchadromet, in coordination with the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center, PTWC, issued tsunami alerts for the entire Far East coastline, including Kamchatka, the Kuril Islands, and parts of Japan and Alaska. Officials warned that tsunami waves could hit within 15 to 45 minutes after the quake. Coastal residents were urgently advised to evacuate low-lying areas, particularly near ports and river mouths. In Petropavlovsk-Kamchatsky, emergency protocols were activated immediately. Buses, military personnel, and rescue teams were mobilized to help evacuate thousands to higher ground. Schools, hospitals, and large markets were ordered to shut down. Panic caused temporary traffic congestion as frightened residents scrambled to leave the city. 3. First waves arrive, impact assessed. Roughly 40 minutes after the earthquake, the first tsunami waves were recorded in USD Kamchatsk, measuring around 0.7 meters in height. While not extreme, experts cautioned that later waves could be significantly larger. Several coastal observation posts reported unusual sea levels, with waves reaching nearly 1.5 meters at certain northern locations. As of now, no casualties or missing persons have been reported. However, some coastal villages have experienced minor flooding, and several seaside homes were partially submerged. A small fishing port in Vilyachinsk also reported damage to docked vessels due to powerful wave surges. Authorities are continuing to monitor sea level changes and preparing for potential secondary waves. 4. Threat spreads to neighboring regions. The tsunami alert extended beyond Russia. In Japan, the meteorological agency issued warnings for Hokkaido and Aomori prefectures. Local governments advised people to stay away from beaches and close down ports and waterfront access. In the United States, the National Weather Service, NOAA, issued tsunami warnings for Alaska's coastal regions, urging residents to avoid shorelines for at least 3 hours after the quake. Geologists are particularly concerned that the earthquake may trigger a phenomenon called seismic resonance along the Kuril-Kamchatka Trench, a region historically prone to major earthquakes. This raises fears of more tremors or powerful aftershocks in the coming days. 5. What scientists say about the quake. Experts believe the quake was caused by tectonic activity along the boundary between the Pacific and North American plates, where one plate subducts beneath the other. This area is part of the Pacific Ring of Fire, known for frequent seismic events. Dr. Mikhail Biryakov, a seismologist at the Russian Institute of Geophysics, commented, "This 7.8 magnitude earthquake is among the most powerful in Kamchatka over the last decade. While it hasn't caused massive destruction yet, the tsunami warnings are fully justified given the region's coastal terrain and vulnerable settlements." He noted that Russia has upgraded its early warning systems significantly since witnessing the devastating tsunamis in Indonesia, 2004, and Japan, 2011. However, predicting the timing and strength of tsunami waves remains highly challenging. 6. Government and emergency response. President Vladimir Putin was immediately briefed following the quake. He instructed the Ministry of Emergency Situations to deploy rapid response units to safeguard affected communities. Emergency Minister Alexander Kurenkov stated, "Our top priority is protecting lives, carrying out effective evacuations, and ensuring food and water supplies reach the impacted regions." Military units stationed in Kamchatka were deployed to assist in transporting residents to safe zones, establishing temporary shelters, and distributing emergency food rations. Communication and electricity were briefly disrupted in some areas, but have mostly been restored. 7. Residents face danger and hold on to hope. On Russian social media, numerous photos and videos circulated showing shaking buildings, frightened citizens rushing out into the streets, panicked pets, and sirens blaring as emergency vehicles raced. Online communities rallied together, sharing shelter locations, aid points, and offering emotional support. A resident from a coastal village said, "We've experienced earthquakes before, but this one felt different. The shaking just didn't stop. I grabbed my child and prayed." Local media issued constant updates, including safety tips on tsunami response, such as avoiding elevators, steering clear of beaches, and not returning home until cleared by officials. 8. Aftershocks and future concerns. Experts warn of potential aftershocks in the coming days, some possibly exceeding magnitude 6. These could trigger landslides or pose additional risks to already vulnerable communities. Authorities have advised residents to prepare emergency bags with essentials, food, water, medicine, and identification, ready in case extended evacuation is needed. 9. Conclusion: unpredictable nature, necessary preparedness. This earthquake and the associated tsunami warning serve as stark reminders of nature's unpredictable force. In a time of accelerating climate change and increasing natural disasters, raising public awareness and investing in early warning and emergency systems is more critical than ever. So far, major casualties have been